Let's put it on half screen then. Does this do half screen?
That's so weird.
Okay.
We know it was recording though.
Yeah.
But where did it go?
Alright, do you want to start?
Yeah, let's start it, I guess. Okay, wait, so we'll just do the same thing then.
Yeah.
But all my toilet humor is gone!
It's no loss.
Oh, rude! Can I say that?
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave this part in.
Okay.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Knitting with Clouds. This is episode 3. My name is Anne. You can find me on Ravelry as knittingwclouds. And today, surprise, I have... Well, it wouldn't be a surprise if we told you it was a recording.
Oh my god, I'm so angry.
But this is my surprise guest. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Camila. And I'm trying to remember. So, we can't tell them what just happened.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically we just recorded this, and then we can't find the recording, and it's like gone. So, we just did this, and it was hilarious and awesome. We're gonna do it again, though.
No. Please.
Not again. But I did all my best jokes in the other.
You guys did not miss anything. There is no loss in that part.
They did.
No.
So, okay.
Well, do you want to tell them where we are?
Oh, yeah. So, we're in a bathroom. We're over at our friend's place because they're watching football.
Yeah,
we don't care.
We came over for biscuits and gravy, and then and then they're outside watching football. So if you hear some yells, that's what they're doing outside.
Yeah, they're watching football. But we came over just to eat and then to go hide in the bathroom and do knitting. So this is the shower, and whoops, oh no, I'm sitting on the toilet. And I just knocked over the toilet readers. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not, like, on the toilet. Like, I have my pants on and everything. But then, how do you know? You can't see. So, good luck.
I can't take her anywhere. She can't take me anywhere, and I can't take her anywhere.
I know. Should I tell them? Okay, so I...
Tell them, okay, how did you start knitting?
How did I start knitting? So, I haven't knit for a couple years. I haven't knitted for a couple years because I started knitting like maybe at the, like 4 years ago. But I knitted for a couple years. I was pretty happy doing it, but then I kind of ran into a wall and I started getting patterns that I couldn't quite do, and I started getting frustrated. I had other interests. So I stopped knitting, but then Anne says I can't be on her podcast unless I do a knitting thing. So I'm gonna like revive it. But I also realized I kind of forgot some stuff. But no, I'm good. So I'm doing... She's
lying.
I'm probably lying. Okay, so I'm doing a pattern called Old Shale, or like Feather and Fan. I'm doing it out of this...
Wait, no. Okay. There's a whole part for works in progress.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll talk about that later.
No, so that's how she got started.
Yes, I got started. So I haven't knit for a while.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do some updates before I start interviewing her. And okay, so updates since the last time since episode 2 was posted or recorded. I've been to Portland with the friend whose apartment we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So we went down to Portland, and then we had a ton of fun. This is my 4th time saying this, so I apologize if I seem bored.
But she went without me, so rude.
She went on holiday without me, so rude. Double rude. I just went away for a day. She went away for like 3 weeks. So I went to Portland, and then we went to a bookstore, and then we also went to Voodoo Donuts, which is awesome. If you guys aren't familiar with Voodoo Donuts, it's an independent donut store, I think, in Portland, and they have like really wacky flavors like grape ape, which is a grape flavored donut, and voodoo donut, which is like if you imagine a voodoo doll, but like a voodoo doll shaped donut with like a pretzel steak in the heart and raspberry filling. That's what the voodoo donut
That's
is.
funny. That sounds amazing. I've never been there.
She's an awesome actor. She's heard this once before, and she still sounds so enthusiastic.
Wait, what? Oh, no, kidding.
And then my favorite one was the Mango Tango, which is a donut with mango filling. And I am usually not a fan of filled donuts, but it was delicious. And I'm really looking forward to going back to Portland and getting some more donuts. I'm just gonna like buy a whole dozen. I think last time I bought a half dozen. This time I'm gonna buy a whole dozen.
I will eat some of those.
No, she won't. She's gonna have to buy her own.
No, but I want donuts. I love donuts.
Well, just go with us and you can buy your own.
I'll go.
Obviously.
But I want to eat the donuts you buy. Like, otherwise it's not fun.
Well, give me your money and I will buy some donuts that you can eat.
No, but like I want to eat the donuts someone else buys for me.
Well,
otherwise,
you're gonna have to find some other person. You're gonna have to be like asking people online, like, hey, can you buy me a donut?
And they'll be like, no.
And then they'll look at
That's
me.
the way it goes.
They're gonna look at me and take control of your friend here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, I don't know this woman.
Oh no, rude. You will be like, you'll be like, who's that? And then you'll leave me in Portland and I'll have to walk home.
Yeah.
It'll be really bad.
Yeah.
Wait, some quick calculations. 36.
But yeah, so while I was in Portland, I actually visited a couple of yarn stores, just making sure this is still recorded.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and I visited a couple of yarn stores. One of them was Pearl Fiber Arts, and that was a yarn store that had a lot of local hand-dyed yarns for Oregon. And the other yarn store that I visited was Dublin Bay Knitting Company, and they had several brands of imported yarns like Life in the Long Grass and Three Irish Girls. And both stores had like really nice yarns, but there weren't any particularly different colorways that caught my eye. So I was just thinking, I already have a lot of these colors, or it's pretty easy for me to buy some yarn back in Seattle where we live. So I was just like, I don't want to pay out, about $30. That's co-host. She makes like the most appropriate choices. Like commentary.
I've heard this like 3 times already.
No, she's heard that like 5 times. I see that every single time.
Because she tells me in real life, and then she tells me like again in real life, and then like on the podcast that we didn't record, and then in this one. Yeah. But it's good. It's a good story. I like listening to it.
But yeah, so it was like about $30 per skein, which is understandable considering the locally hand dyed is hand dyed, and then there's the import, which requires shipping and duties and things like that. So even though I didn't buy the yarn, it was still a very nice experience. And on my way back, I had actually brought one of my projects with me, which is the honeycomb mesh scarf. I don't have it with me. I was going to show it to you guys, but I left it at home. I'm just not going to show it anymore. You guys have already seen it plenty of times in the past 2 episodes, so you don't need to see it again.
What if they want to? Dang.
Go back and watch my previous episode.
What if they don't want to do that?
I can't say that without cursing. When I get home, I'm gonna put a dime in the curse jar. But yeah, so we're gonna have a curse jar on this podcast.
That's probably
we've had a curse jar on this podcast, but I don't need it unless I'm with her.
Well, the funny thing is, I never curse.
No,
I just make him curse.
It includes placeholder cursing, so like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she's gonna have to put some dimes in the
Wait,
curse
what
jar.
did I do for placeholder cursing?
I can't say that
Oh,
without.
alright. I'll put it there.
Okay, so what were we talking about?
Your scarf. Your honeycomb scarf.
Oh yeah, so I'm not gonna show it to you guys, but then I brought it along with me. I'm knitting on double points and stuffed it in my purse to take it along with me to Portland to work on it. And I actually did get several rows done while I was in Portland. And then I put it back, and I didn't have quite as much time to work on it. I was hoping to get it done while I was in Portland. There was like about this big of a yarn ball left when I went to Portland. But then we were walking a lot, and I didn't want to be that one person who. It's basically the equivalent of a person like looking at the phone while walking. I didn't want to be that person. So I actually didn't get quite as much done while I was in Portland. So on the way back from Portland, I decided to work on it because it's gonna be a long car ride home. So I pulled it out of my purse and I noticed that some stitches had fell off my. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
With friends like these, who needs enemies? But yeah, so some stitches had fell off the end of my double pointed needle. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until I get home to fix this. When I got home, I actually had to rip back several rows and I basically undid all the progress I had done in Portland. She did that same expression the first time I told this story.
It's a sad story. Okay.
You should be an actor.
I have a similar. Should I tell my similar funny story about stitches dropping?
Okay, sure.
Or some other time.
No, you can do it. Right?
Okay. So speaking of stitches dropping, back when I was in college, I had a friend who came to my room once to like just say hi, whatever. Like we all did homework together in the same room. And one day I finished my homework early and I started knitting. I was knitting something for my sister. My friend, who apparently had never seen knitting in his life, picked it up and went literally, "Ooh, what's that?" And all the stitches dropped off of like this. And my scarf was like this long already.
And he was never seen ever
I've never
again.
seen again. No, he went, "Ooh," and then all the it was very chunky yarn, so it all slipped off immediately, and I strangled him. No, I didn't. Like, FYI. No, we're still friends and everything, but I got really, really mad at him.
Friends.
I got really mad. I went, "No!" Like this animal yell, and then he was like, "Oops, I'm sorry, what did I do?" And he was like, "What are these knitting things? What's yarn?" And I was like, "I'm gonna kill." No, but he's fine. He's my friend. After he apologized.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, so that happened, and I actually did finish up. Like I said, I actually did finish up the scarf. I ended up playing yarn chicken near the end, but I had just barely enough yarn for the bind off, and I actually sort of ran out of yarn. At the penultimate stitch. Thank you.
Sorry. I'm laughing at the wrong parts.
She does like a whole bunch of like really good like placement commentary, but then she also does a whole bunch of terrible
Sorry.
commentary. That's just really mean and rude.
Sorry.
But yeah, so at the penultimate stitch, I actually ran out of yarn, so I actually had to use this little tiny steel crochet hook, which is 1.65 millimeters, I think, and I actually used this to finish the bind off. Thank you.
Wait, drop a stitch. There, okay. I don't know how to crochet, but I know how to knit. Someday I'll learn how
I
to
taught
crochet.
her how to crochet.
She taught me, but like I didn't pick it up in one sitting, so I need like another
Yeah.
help session to pick it up.
But then she never asks me for help, so I don't know.
I don't have enough brain space for it at the moment. Well, I'm gonna finish this, and then maybe I'll move on to like crochet or another project.
Yeah, sure.
You accuse me of lying again?
Yes.
I'm not a liar. I'm a good person.
Liar.
Didn't you ask me once if I had a lie detector just like on me all the time?
No, I said that if she had a lie detector attached to her all the time, it would
Yeah,
just like blow
It
up.
would just because it would be like but then it sounds like a Geiger counter. Yeah, it was like
Suddenly she's radioactive.
Yeah, I know. I sound like I'm radioactive. But how do you know I'm not? So
Good point.
you don't know. Still don't know if I'm sitting on a closed toilet or an open toilet.
You don't know if she has pants on or not.
You don't.
She's been waiting for this. I know it.
Oh, I'm good.
No, you're not good.
Anne brings out the best side of me, or the worst. I don't know. She's very funny. But
She says I'm funny, but every time I'm funny, she looks at me. She's like rude.
yeah, because she is rude and super rude, but she's also really funny. I feel my face is getting red.
I think my face is getting red too. But yeah, so yeah, it was actually really. Did I tell them this time about how I failed on? Are you supposed to be purling or knitting?
Purling.
Okay.
I'm doing it right. See?
I'm just checking. I'm being a good friend.
Babysitter.
Fine. I won't
Yarn
help.
baby.
Fine, I won't help you anymore. You can just do this on your own. If you mess up, I'm not gonna
No,
help you either.
I need help though, because like I'm really bad.
No, you're on your own now.
No.
Okay, so what happened was I actually like tried to record this first part twice, and okay, still recording. So what happened was I sat down, I started recording, and then I ran out of memory. So I went back and deleted all the extraneous stuff from my camera to free up some memory, and then I started recording the second part. And I tried uploading the two parts onto my computer, and when I tried doing that, I realized that I had deleted the first part.
Oh no, that's so bad. That sucks though. We all been there.
I'm just gonna like kick you off my podcast.
No, sorry.
But yeah, so I realized that I accidentally deleted the first part, so I started recording it again, and then at the end of it, I realized that I had run out of memory again. Thank you.
Appropriate responses.
Yeah, and by that time she had come. I just didn't want to make her wait, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna grab all my stuff and I'm gonna see if I can record it at my friend's place. And then that actually turned out to be really good because she showed up and when I got in the car, she was like, get in the car.
Good.
And then she was like, so I brought my yarn if you want to start knitting today. And I was just like, well, fabulous, because then we could both be on the podcast, which is why she's a surprise guest. She also surprised me.
And me. I surprised myself. But Anne said I could only be on the podcast if I knitted something. So I'm doing something, but I want to talk about my special subject.
But she can't.
But Anne says I can.
No, she can't.
But
because
it's really
it's not yarn related in any way, shape, or form. She actually wants to talk about the TV show Hannibal.
I do.
And then I said
I'm an expert.
I believe it. And I said you can only talk about that if you knit yourself a Hannibal apron.
Yeah.
And because she wants a Hannibal apron. And then so she said challenge accepted. So she can't talk about Hannibal until she's done her apron. Or at least until you've started progress on your apron.
Challenge accepted. Because I'm very good at that subject.
So what I had actually written in my show notes was that I was trying to convince a friend to take up knitting again, so that she could be a guest on my podcast, because I think that we would all enjoy having her on this podcast. What I didn't realize was that she would make so many toilet jokes.
No, sorry! But we're in a bathroom, like an actual bathroom. Like, we're sitting in front of the shower.
Well, that just means that just means we need less toilet jokes, because the toilet's already here.
I'm sitting on it, I know.
But yeah, so that happened, and then we started recording the first time. Then it disappeared, so we're recording again, and we're hoping that it sticks around this time. Or else this is just going to be like the cursed podcast. And then she told everyone that I had a podcast, even though I told her not to.
I thought they knew.
No, I said don't tell anyone.
Oh, sorry. I thought they knew like there was a podcast and just
no
subject.
No one knew anything about this at all.
Okay, they'll forget. We'll like retcon them or something.
No,
they have no idea. It's okay. In other news, I counted correctly for once. Yay! Ba 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 ba. Okay.
But yeah, so I'm actually recording. I don't know if I repeat things, it's because I said them like 3 times already, so I don't even remember anymore. But yeah, so I'm recording a week earlier than usual, but this is gonna go up at the regular interval. So when I went to Portland, one of my friends, whose apartment we're at, she asked me to make her a beard hat, and I did. And this is a beard hat.
It's awesome.
They're watching
the footballers.
Oh home run, touchdown.
I don't know what is football about. Something.
There's like a foot and a ball.
No, not even. It's not even that.
Oh no, there's hands and a ball.
Literally hands and a ball.
And but then it's not handball because that's a different sport.
Yeah, which I was very good at in elementary school.
I wasn't.
I know it like makes 0 sense, but okay.
Yeah, but they're watching it. That's why we're in the bathroom.
Yeah. All right. Because we don't care.
No, we don't care.
We couldn't even like pretend to care.
No, I'm not even sure who's playing today.
Me neither. I think like we're playing literally.
I don't know, whatever. But anyways, if you hear cheering, that's them.
Yeah, it is.
They're not cheering for us.
No. Wouldn't it be nice if they were?
No.
If, like, every time I finished a round,
no.
they were like, yeah.
I would just like stop because I'd be so scared.
I know. But wait, isn't this amazing? The beard hat, it's so great.
So my friend asked me to make her a beard hat, and then she's like, "Can you finish it in a week?" Because I need it in a week. And I was like, "Well, I can probably finish." I looked at the pattern, and I told her I could probably finish the beard in a week, but I couldn't finish the hat because I didn't know if I could finish the hat in 2 weeks because I had never made a hat before. So she said that she had a beanie, and she could just sew the beard to the beanie if I did that. So I made her a beard.
Yeah.
And this is using the pattern called Lumberjack Beard Beanie. I don't remember who's the designer. I didn't write it down, sorry. And then I made this using, the teal is the Barraco Ultra Alpaca in the Caribbean Mix colorway. And this gray color is Barraco Vintage in the Smoke colorway. And this was a very easy knit. The hardest part about this was trying to get these 2 braids even. You've already heard this. Why do you sound so surprised?
I'm surprised. Maybe I just have no memory and I think I'm hearing it for the first time or something.
She wasn't paying attention to me the first time.
I was!
Liar.
I'm lying again.
Stop it! I can't.
Radioactive. Sorry.
Alright, and then so she told you what pattern she's working on, and this is the yarn. And then we went over this last time, but we're gonna do it again because we don't have it around anymore. So it looks extremely navy on the camera, but it's actually like orchid purple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, orchid purple is perfect actually.
Yeah, and then
I know it looks blue on the. It's orchid purple. Trust me.
Yeah.
We're not just like messing. Like we're not just like trying to like.
It's like that dress is it
what? It's not that dress thing with the is it gold or blue?
Is it gold and white or is it blue and black?
Yeah, and then you like start crying because you don't know.
Actually, so for that one friend that we know, this is white and gold actually.
Yeah. It is.
She knows who I'm talking about.
It is.
There was this one friend who could absolutely not see it as the dress as white and gold, and she was just going absolutely insane. So for anyone who's not that friend, this is purple. For my friend, it's white and gold.
Yeah, it is. Totally. Not lying. Guess what? I did 3 rows correctly. Hooray! Clap, clap. Okay.
And then so what I was saying earlier on the section that we previously recorded was that it's gonna be having her on this podcast is gonna make this go any one of 3 ways. She already knows it.
You mean awesome, awesome, or awesome?
No.
Yeah, I know.
So either people will watch. Well, it's not as crazy as the last section, so maybe they won't be as turned off.
Okay.
Because like we were extremely loud and crazy in the previous section. So I was saying that either you guys would think that we are absolutely insane and hate this podcast and never get to the second part, or you guys would love this first part, but then get to the second part where I'm alone at home.
No!
And then just be like, wow, this is like the most boring thing
No!
I've seen.
Anna's literally the best.
No. She's lying again.
No, Anna's like the funniest.
you have to make that Geiger counter.
Oh yeah.
She's lying.
No, I'm not lying on that one.
Or you guys would love both parts, or neither. So whatever. But yeah, so let's see. Oh, do you want to tell them about your hat story? She might not have knitted in a while, but she has some good knitting stories.
I do. Mostly because I'm really bad. Okay, so
Liar.
once upon a time.
The people outside are probably thinking we're absolutely insane.
But we think they're insane, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So back at the zenith of my knitting prowess, so I have one of my closest friends said that he wanted a beanie for Christmas. And I was like, I'll do it because I learned how to make beanies and I learned how to make fingerless gloves, which is actually like a lot easier than I thought. So he said he wanted a beanie, and I said, cool, I'll make one for Christmas to show my undying friendship. The thing with my friend that I didn't quite realize is that he has a huge head. Not metaphorically, not like an ego, but like a big old skull. Like a big, massive skull. And like bigger than
Hold on,
anything I've ever seen.
I think you need to talk about his huge head for another 30 minutes.
I do. Big head is a whopper. And so
he's
fine.
He's gonna see this podcast and he's just gonna hate you for the rest of
He will. No, okay. I hope you never see this. Because he's like really sensitive about it too.
Isn't she like the best friend ever? Like she just makes like I see something goes wrong and she giggles and now she's talking about what a huge head her friend has.
Okay, but he's like, friend, never gonna see this. And no one I know is gonna see this. It's okay. I hope.
Hello, you just told a room full of people that there's this podcast going on.
They don't know, they have no idea.
Yeah, they do.
They have no idea.
They said that they were gonna search for it.
No, they have no idea. We'll feed them enough biscuits so they forget. So okay, my friend, he's big head. So I wanted to make him a beanie, and I went to the yarn store and I chose like nice colors, and I was like, I want like a nice, like masculine looking color because he wants to dress nice, looking for nice yarns. And I finally got like a black one with tweed in it, which I love tweed stuff. I don't know why. I think it's like the English farmer in me. I don't know. Sometimes I think I was born with the wrong soul, but it's okay. It's okay. I was like, what the heck? So I made this beanie, and when I gave it to him, I realized I had not made it nearly big enough, and it came like right here, it looked like a yarmulke. It was hilarious. And he was like, oh, thanks. And I was like, don't you love it? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, wear it forever. So he was like, okay. And so he wears it, but only when I'm around.
Yeah, they were just telling us.
All right, the game's over. Good.
Okay.
So
there's a bunch of football fans looking for you now. They're looking for you. They're gonna like tie you up with your yarn.
No.
And make you sit through a game of football.
No, I don't know. I've already been done that. No.
Yeah.
I know. So it was like this. It was like it came to like right here, and it went like around, and it was a tiny beanie, and it looked so ridiculous. And I made him fingerless gloves, and it looked okay. But at that time, I didn't know how to finish knitting, like how to weave in the ends. So I just like tied a bunch of knots, and it looked so knobbly and like homemade. And so my poor friend, who's actually like a really sharp dresser, who like loves fashion and stuff, had to wear this like knobbly like fisherman's like gloves and hat looking ensemble for like the Christmas break, because I was like, don't you like it? And he was like, yeah.
Okay, normally like friendships are like pretty even, but you can tell who's the better friend.
I know.
And then her story actually reminds me of this other story from when I was like really, really young. My cousin's grandma, not my grandma, my cousin's grandma actually made me a vest, which I should have, which you should be grateful for, because people have made stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like this garish yellow vest,
yeah,
and it was made out of bobble.
Oh yarn. My god, that's so bad.
So it was like yarn.
Oops, it's okay.
No. So there was like this yarn, and then there were like little baubles all over this place, and I just absolutely hated it. Every time I went over to my cousin's house, I had to wear it, and I just
That's so funny. Do you still have it?
I don't know. It's probably been deleted.
That's really funny though. I think it's funny, what people will wear for the ones they love.
I didn't want to wear it. My mom made me wear it.
Yeah, or what people's parents will make them wear.
Yeah, that's.
Yep.
So
I
think that's all we have to talk about this time.
Yeah.
And hopefully Camilla can show up on this podcast again, and
I'd love to.
Maybe she will have made some more progress on her scarf.
I hope so. I did a full 5 rows.
Yeah. Awesome. I forgot. I keep forgetting because I've already shown this to you, but then you guys don't see it because you lost the recording. But anyway, so in the second part of the podcast, I'm gonna say that I haven't started on this yet, but that was like 3 hours ago, and now I have started on it. So this is the start of the mantilla doily. This is made using Aunt Lydia's classic crochet size 10 in white, and it's going pretty fast. So we're gonna be heading to a yarn store right now, so we're gonna stop this podcast, and I'll let you know when I get it up.
Okay, thank you for having me as a guest.
Okay, it's gonna sound weird that we're saying bye right now because there's still the second part with that I'm but we're just gonna say bye anyways.
Okay. Bye!
If you remember from episode 1, I mentioned that one of the works in progress was a doily, and I did manage to finish that. So now I have a whole set to give to my friend. I'm actually meeting up with her this week, and I'll be giving it to her then. We're going to be having tea next weekend. So I wanted to get these doilies to her in case she wanted to use it for the tea. So the pattern is called Summer Splendor by Denise Owens. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just gonna hold it up against this piece of cardboard so you can see hopefully see the pattern a little bit better. It's a really, really super nice pattern, and I really, really like it. It's also extremely easy to crochet, in my opinion. So I crocheted this with the crochet thread that I showed in episode 1. It's Lydia's Classic Crochet, size 10. It's a jumbo ball. And this is the ecru colorway. I hope you can see this. I'm going to try to angle it, try to catch the light. So I made one of these, one in the full pattern, and I'm just gonna hold it up back here because I'm not sure if you guys can see it properly. Just flopping around all over the place. But yeah, it's really, really nice. This one's already washed and blocked, and I have to say the drape is like really, really nice. And I made 4 smaller doilies, set of 4, and I basically just stopped right here to make smaller doilies, just so they all go together. And the smaller ones haven't been washed or blocked, so they're still not laying flat, and they look like this. And I hope I'm holding that far enough away that you can see it. Gotta hold it up like that so that the camera can focus. But yeah, so I actually managed to finish this in record time, I think. I think this only took me about, 3 hours or so. But since I'm meeting up with my friend this week, that really lit a fire under me to try to finally get this done. And speaking of presents for my friend, so I actually found out that I had another finished object in addition to this set of doilies. I found out that I had actually had another finished object lying around, and it was in the bag that I'm going to be using as a gift bag for my friend. And I had hidden this away in there. And this is the Vanilla Bean scarf by Fiberflux. And I can't remember what yarn I used for this, but this is crocheted, if any of you are wondering, and it was a super, super easy crochet. And of course, crochet is a lot faster than knitting, so this didn't take long at all. And I'm really, really hoping that my friend likes this. She probably would. I've never had anyone tell me that they absolutely hate my gift or anything. So, even if she doesn't like it, I probably wouldn't be able to tell. So that's finished object number 4. Do I have anything else? Oh, that's all my finished objects. I have 2 works in progress. They're not really works in progress. So after finishing the last small doily, I remembered how much I love crocheting doilies. I guess I just needed a break. Because this is quite a lot of doily. But I remembered how much I like crocheting doilies, so I'm going to be making some more doilies. And the next one, I can't remember who the pattern is by, but it's called the Mantilla doily. And I'm also going to be making a set of that for one of my friends. Not going to be saying who, because I don't know who's going to be watching this. And I'm going to be making that in Aunt Lydia's Classic Crochet size 10 in white. So I think I'm looking forward to that. I'm also, if you remember from the last episode, I mentioned that I was also making a hat for my friend. I actually went ahead and frogged it all, and this is the yarn. This is Lion brand yarn, Vanna's Choice, in lamb colorway. This colorway might be discontinued because I can't find it on the Joann's website or in the stores. But yeah, I'll be making a hat out of this soon, I hope. And another update. In the last episode I mentioned that I was going to be working on the Link Hyrule Warriors scarf. That didn't get started because I was working on all this other stuff. So after I start on the doily and after I finish the hat, or during the entire process, I'll be working on this scarf. But you know, since I didn't start casting on for that, I can show it to you this time, the yarn I mean, as part of stash. And it occurred to me that I'm not really sure if this would be appropriate to call this stash, considering I'm not actually stashing it away. It's actually more like a queue of yarns, because most of my yarns are in a queue to be used in project. But I'm just gonna call it stash because it makes it easier on all of us, I think. So the first one that I have to show you is Cascade Yarns Ultra Pima, and this is in the Paprika colorway. And this is sort of like an orange red, a dark orange red. And it's really nice and shiny, which suits my purposes. And this is 100% Pima cotton, and it's really, really soft. I showed another, oh, I'm sorry, this is Ultra Pima Fine, not just Ultra Pima. Ultra Pima is DK, and this is Sport Weight, I think. But I also have another Cascade Yarns Ultra Pima, and that one is just Ultra Pima, and I have that in either white or natural. I can't remember which one it is. But yeah, they're both very, very pretty shiny and very soft. It's really, really nice yarn, and I look forward to working with that. I look forward to working with all my yarns. I don't need to say that every single time. And the second and last thing I have to show you, because I have to get ready for my friend to pick me up. The second and last thing is Cascade Yarns Venezia Sport in the Peacock Blue colorway. And this is 70% merino, 30% silk, possibly. I'm gonna take the label out because this is one ball that I didn't wind too tightly. Yeah, so it's 70% merino, 30% mulberry silk. And I bought it because I was thinking that the silk would make it shiny, which is what I wanted for this project. However, after considering it a little bit further, this yarn is not quite the right color that I need for this scarf. It's a little bit too dark. However, when I made the decision to buy the yarns, I knew that was probably the case. So I'm just gonna go through with it. I'm not gonna regret my decision to buy this. It's really nice yarn anyway, and I don't think my friends would mind. But yeah, the scarf that I want to use this for is actually several shades lighter than this, but at the same time it's really nice yarn, and honestly speaking, I couldn't find any other color that was as good as this one in the yarn stores that I visited. I'll be looking again when I go to the yarn store today, but you know, there's only so much yarn stores, so many colors the yarn stores can carry. But yeah, so that's the last thing I had to show you guys. I'll be posting this episode at the normal time, so if you notice any discrepancies in time between episodes, it's because I might record at a different time, but I'll be posting at regular intervals. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoy it enough to come back for the next one. But yeah, I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.